1. A 7-year-old child who has been adopted by Eric and Andrew is spending her vacation with them at their secluded cabin located in Burlington County, New Jersey. During her trip, one encounters a peculiar person named Leonard who approaches her. Leonard, at first, presents himself as charming and tells one that the world is in danger and he needs her and her parents' assistance to save it. One and Leonard spend some time catching grasshoppers and enjoying each other's company. However, one begins to have doubts about Leonard's intentions when 3 unfamiliar individuals arrive, armed with makeshift weapons. In an effort to protect her adoptive parents, one runs back to the cabin to warn Eric and Andrew. Unfortunately, the intruders break into the cabin and tie up Wen and her parents, with Eric suffering a head injury from a concussion. Leonard and his associates, Sabrina, Adrian, and Redmond, assert that they have never encountered each other prior to their arrival at the cabin and have no intention of causing harm to Wen and her adoptive parents. However, in the past week, they have been driven by mysterious visions and a powerful force to find the family. The group predicts an impending apocalypse where Leonard claims that the oceans will rise, a pandemic will spread, the sky will fall, and eventually, an eternal darkness will descend. They insist that the only way to prevent this disaster is for the family to sacrifice one of their own. They caution that, although they will survive the apocalypse, failure to make a choice will result in them becoming the last surviving humans on Earth. Despite the group's claims, Eric and Andrew remain skeptical and believe that the attack on the family is rooted in hatred and delusions. When Wen and her adoptive parents refuse to comply with the group's demands, the visitors perform a ritual in which they put a cloth over Redmond's head and beat him to death with their makeshift weapons. Eric, who is suffering from a concussion, thinks he sees a glowing figure as Redmond passes away. Meanwhile, media reports on TV indicate devastating tsunamis, which Leonard claims marks the beginning of the apocalypse. Andrew starts to believe that Redmond was actually Jeff O'Bannon, a homophobic individual who had attacked him in a bar years prior, leading to his imprisonment. He believes that O'Bannon has found him to seek revenge. Leonard, Sabrina, and Adrian are left to ponder Andrew's theory and grapple with their own guilt, but they persist in their belief in their visions. They reveal that Redmond's death has temporarily postponed the apocalypse. The following day, the intruders sacrifice Adrian as Wen and her parents continue to refuse to choose a sacrifice. The world continues to be plagued by disastrous events as a pandemic spreads across the globe. Despite this, Andrew remains convinced that the disasters are mere coincidences and that the visitors were anticipating prearranged news broadcasts. Sabrina recounts how she and the other visitors were led by their visions and compulsions to find each other online, prepare their weapons, and carry out their plan, even when they wanted to resist. Andrew eventually escapes, retrieves his gun from the car, and shoots at Sabrina until she flees. After finding Redmond's wallet, Andrew is able to prove to Leonard that he was Jeff O'Bannon. With his injuries and the tires of their car slashed, Andrew believes that the 4 intruders arrived in a nearby truck and locks Leonard in the bathroom. Sabrina then breaks into the house, and Andrew kills her in self-defense. Leonard tricks Andrew into entering the bathroom and overpowers him, stealing his gun. With the world being struck by spontaneous plane crashes, Leonard still goes ahead with the sacrifice of Sabrina. As the sky darkens and the earth begins to burn with lightning, Leonard leads Eric and Andrew onto the back deck and tells them they only have minutes to make a decision. Before taking his own life, Leonard reminds them that it is almost too late, and slits his throat. Eric, now convinced that the events are real and that the intruders represent the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse, offers himself as the sacrifice to ensure one does not have to grow up in a destroyed world. He recounts how he saw a glimpse of a future where Wen is grown up and Andrew is still there for her and believes that their family was chosen because of the pure love they have for each other. Andrew, with heavy reluctance, is forced to shoot and kill Eric. Andrew and Wen come across the vehicle belonging to the visitors, and inside they find evidence that supports their claims. They head to a busy diner nearby, where the news on TV confirms that the world has been saved from the catastrophic events and the disasters have subsided. As they return to the vehicle, the radio suddenly turns on and starts playing Boogie Shoes by Casey and the Sunshine Band, the same song that Eric played for them on the drive to the cabin. With the song playing, Andrew and Wen set out to return to their lives in the now safe world.